Hey guys, this is Jim and Joelle from FromScratchFarmstead.com, and the holidays are right around the corner. Our kids are actually in their bedrooms right now rehearsing for a Christmas musical that they are in coming up. And so we just thought it might be helpful to put together a list of what have been the best Christmas gifts that we have either received or love to give to other farmers or fellow homesteaders.
So the number one gift that I would get any farmer or homesteader is a Gerber multi-tool. And this thing is so sweet. So I pretty much anytime I go out for like a task or project job on the farm, I have this strapped to my belt, and it has come in handy so many times. It has, screwdrivers and pocket knives, and has this sweet, like one-handed, you flick your wrist and it turns into pliers instantly. And so I use this thing for fixing fencing or any, trimming tree branches, any project on the farm. So this is an awesome tool to give somebody as a gift. So I'll mention for this, and then anything we're gonna mention here, we're gonna have a link to a blog post below in the description box so you can go and check out that full list. And there's gonna be even more gift ideas on there that we don't necessarily mention in this video. So check that out. Some other tool ideas. So we've gotten a broad fork, which is this really sweet tool. It's kind of this like human scale tiller that you can use in your garden. And then one of the last things that happened at the end of potato harvest season last year is I snapped in half a wood handled pitchfork that we have. And so I put that on our Christmas list, and we got this really sweet like steel handled pitchfork. This thing is like,
indestructible.
Yeah, indestructible. It's awesome. So that's an awesome gift idea too.
But really, just tools in general for the homesteader or farmer are awesome, or even a gift card to the local hardware store where they can pick up things.
Or garden center
because those are just things that you always need. Okay, so books are another great idea. So there's countless books out there. There are so many good resources now for farmers and homesteaders, especially for people just getting started. But a few of our favorites that have been the most impactful for us has been this one. So for anyone that's just getting started farming or homesteading, this book, Letters to a Young Farmer, is really good. It's just letters from maybe 30 or so kind of more famous people in the agriculture and farming worlds who just wrote these inspirational, encouraging, inspiring letters to people that are just starting out on their farming or homesteading journeys. And it's just one of those books that just leaves you like so pumped and motivated to get out there and do it. And so we got this book, we read it out loud together, we read one letter a day, and it was just super encouraging to us. So this is a good one. Some other ones that have been really great. So I love the Prairie Homestead Cookbook. I'm not a huge cookbook user. I usually just wing it, but Jill Winger's book, the Prairie Homestead Cookbook, is one that I go to time and time again. Great homestead recipes using ingredients that you would actually grow on a farm or a homestead. So this one is really, really good.
Yeah, another book is The Art of Natural Cheesemaking by David Asher. This is just a sweet book, really for like the foodie in general, even if you're not super interested in cheese making, just understanding like some of the ecology and science and methods behind cheese making is
and the history
of it. It's super awesome read, and there are really great recipes if you do want to make cheese. So that's a sweet book. And then this book, Pastoral Song by James Rebanks. Somebody actually got me this book as a gift this past year, and I read through it, and it's just an awesome read of the author writing his story down of like his family's farming past and history and kind of where they're at today. Just super beautifully written, well done book.
And then if you have farm kids or homestead kids in your life or that you want to get a gift for, some great books for kids are the Julie Rothman collection. So she has written several, not just these, several of these really intricately done books, but the ones that we specifically got for our kids this past Christmas were 3 that she had written called Farm Anatomy, Food Anatomy, and Nature Anatomy. And they are just awesome, jam-packed books with these really cool pictures. It's so much information, but in a way that's like really fun and engaging to read. And it's really good. I mean, our kids are young, like they were 5, 2, and a baby when we got it for them, and they loved looking at the pictures, and we would read little sections every day. But they would also be great for older kids, 10, 12, 14, because there's just, even for us, like
even
they
for
were
adults,
super
you
interesting.
learn a lot.
Yeah. If you have kids that are homeschooled, even these are like textbooks. Just but interesting to read. And then just some really enjoyable picture books, kids books. This one's a classic, the ox cart man, but this is just one of our favorites. This has been an inspiration to us and one of our kids' favorites. We read this over and over again and we love it. And then another one that's just really fun is called Hay for the Highlands, and just the story of a farm family who decided to cut their own hay one year for their highlands. And so it's just a beautiful story of family and farming and one of our kids' favorites.
All right, so let's talk some farm gear, right? 'Cause who doesn't like to get farm gear? You're probably not gonna go out and get your neighbor or something a pair of long underwear or something like that. But for family, these could be really great gift ideas. And so that's actually something we did one year, was asked for like really nice like wool or high quality outerwear.
Like base layers.
Base layers, yeah. So long underwear basically. And we got that and it was sweet. Just other winter gear like hats, gloves.
I got milking, like specific gloves that I did lots of research on. I'll link them for milking our cow in the winter that have been awesome, and I wear them every day. So if you have a milk person in your family, those are great.
Yeah, like overalls, coveralls, those are great things. We've even gotten like muck boots, like farm boots. There's muck boots and there's bogs are both great options. And we've gotten those as gifts before.
And things that people wear out over time. So it's even something if like they have them, just check, like they might need a new pair too.
Yeah. And one that you can't forget is a nice farm hat is like perfect for any farmer or homesteader. One of those like brimmed hats, whether it's a straw one or something. I have this brand called a Tilly and I've loved that thing. So farm hats are awesome.
All right, so moving into the kitchen, these are gifts that I love to ask for. So some really fun ones. I mean, it's like everyone has most of the things they need in their kitchen. So I always love to try to get unique things that people might not have, but that they actually want and can use and look pretty. And so some of my favorite things that I have asked for and received as gifts are these really awesome wooden measuring cups. And so these, I believe, were from Etsy and they're handmade, beautiful wooden measuring cups. And so I just adore these. It just like takes my cooking to the next level and just feels really fun. And similarly, Jim actually got me this hand-carved wooden ladle for my birthday, and it's just one of my favorite things. Like we use this thing constantly all winter. We're eating soups and stews, and this thing is just like, yeah, a go-to. And so just these unique, like hand-carved, quality-made pieces are some of my favorite gifts to give to people. Some other great kitchen ideas to give to homesteaders and farmers. I mean, you can't go wrong with mason jars or mason jar lids because they're just a thing you stock up on every year. So those are always great. There's also another company called Recap that sells these reusable mason jar lids. And so we really like those, especially with our milk cow. They have like these pour spout lids and things like that. So those have been helpful. And then some other just fun, unique things that people might not have that we've really loved having are a whipped cream dispenser. And so if you have a family milk cow, all the cream, even if you don't have a family milk cow, it's just a really fun gift to get your own whipped cream dispenser so you can make your own whipped cream and do the fun, fancy designs. And an ice cream maker is another fun one. If someone doesn't have an ice cream maker, that's like our go-to dessert. It's super easy if you have an ice cream maker.
All right, so the last category is food, which is really exciting for farmers and homesteaders, right? There's a lot of foodies out there. And so we like to look for high quality, even like fair trade type items for when we think of gift ideas. And so things like tea and coffee or even chocolate are really great things to kind of source from high quality sources and give as gifts. There's also some different unique, more like food subscription options out there. Like we have some friends locally that have a pasta company and they do like a pasta of the month subscription that you can get delivered to your home. So that's one great option. There's also for like seafood, there's some subscriptions out there. In the past, we've done like Sitka Salmon Share, seafood subscriptions, and so that's a really good option as well.
It's kind of fun to get as gifts like high quality food that is not maybe the things that you eat every day, and so we always really enjoy those sorts of gifts.
Nice break from the squash and potatoes in the winter time.
That we eat lots of. All right, so that's the list that we thought of just the best gifts that we love to receive or give as gifts to fellow farmers and homesteaders. So we'd love to hear from you. What are some of your favorite gifts to either give or receive? Share below in the comments so we can all just learn from each other and get ideas from each other. So thanks so much for stopping by the farmstead today, and we'll see you next time.